Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Tech Niche Tips. We didn't even have a countdown; we're just going straight into it. I'm your host,
Straight
Joseph M.
into it,
Smith.
man.
Oh man, straight into it. It was one of these mornings, and I'm going to be fully transparent and come out there. Sometimes when you feel like it's that time of the year, you have a lot of things that you just want to get done. And so I was this morning trying to get so many things done, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Time to get live. And so forgive me y'all. Forgive me y'all. But thank you guys for coming.
Appreciate y'all, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You already know it is the number one tech morning show in the world, man. And y'all are here with us. Appreciate that.
Yes, appreciate that. Oh, I got some people up early with us too. Tech Coach Ralph, what up? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Appreciate you, man. He's a yeah. We definitely gonna be chopping it up soon. Me and him. And then we got top of the morning from Jean Bernard Remy. That's what up. What up? Appreciate you. Hopefully I said that right. Oh no, Jean Bernard. It should be Jean Bernard. Thank
Gene
you so much.
Bernard.
Good morning, good morning, Mitch. As always, the few, the proud, the faithful. Appreciate you, man. And then we have from NYC. That's right, NYC stand up. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, myself. So NYC stand up for sure.
Stand up, B.
Stand up.
Run me them jewels, B.
You got some fresh Tims on me. You know, like it's just the New York vernacular, right? It's just who we are. Oh, what up, recruiter cousin? Oh, this is special. We
Recruiter
got you.
cousin. What's up?
We got you live with us. We feel this is a privilege and an honor. Thank you so much for rocking with us, man. These shows are so much fun. So I hope that you're gonna have a good time rocking with us this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh man, Thanksgiving. Keep the comments flowing, y'all. And if you haven't, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Talking about that's late '80s and early '90s. That's right. That's old school. They say other stuff now.
I
Uh,
believe it. I believe it. Look, I'm from Texas, man. Don't judge me. I watch the movies. That's what the movies tell me. I just watched Paid in Full, man. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Oh no.
they call them butters now. There's all sorts of vernacular that we all sorts of slang probably not even connected to right now because we're so old. But yeah, so in regards to that, man, I want to just to wrap with you real quickly about Thanksgiving. And actually, if you are on my side, you could probably see a couple of things there. Oh, what? You in the gym? Awesome. In the gym this morning, so I had to hop on. Yeah, man. We'll keep you going We'll keep you going through your whole gym exercise. You're gonna laugh with us. You may actually cry with us. Maybe not cry, but you're gonna laugh with us for sure. And we have a good conversation. But yeah, how was your Thanksgiving, Trey? I just want to definitely make sure that I gotta laugh at this one. Black card revoked. Oh man, we're gonna get it back. We're gonna get it back. Uh
Who's black
we
card?
get it
Not
back.
mine, bro. I'm from Texas, man. I don't know. I don't know New York slang.
I can't change
I
my
don't know.
stripes. It's just the way it is. I never tried, never will. But I wanted to just get in on talking about Thanksgiving, y'all. And like I said earlier, if you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on LinkedIn, go ahead and share this with others. If you're on YouTube and you've seen this for the first time and you haven't, go hit the subscribe button. It's free. It don't cost you a thing. And so, man, how was your Thanksgiving? Before I talk about mine.
Bro, my Thanksgiving was good, man. I was normally I did my normal ordeal, which is house hopping. I didn't get to do it as much. So
Yeah.
normally, man, I love going to different I got a large family, little pockets of family grouped together, like at in certain spots,
Yeah.
bring certain foods. And so normally I take my time and I go to each one and enjoy all the fixings from everybody and seeing their faces. But this time, man, kind of got caught up. So I only got to go to two. I got to go to two places. I didn't I didn't stuff myself like I had made an intention, bro.
Uh,
I was serious about not overeating and just being super gluttonous. I did not want to do that this time. So the first place we went to, my brother's wife, his like her family, they wanted to kind of host everything for our family to come as well. So we went to her mom's house, had a good time, ate good food, watched the actually I didn't watch the Cowboys there. Then I went to one of my aunt's house and finished the second half of the Cowboys game while also eating desserts and things like that. And then we came home. Basically, my wife's family, they're so spread out that they kind of just got on Zoom. And so they had a designated time to get on Zoom and all see each other and talk to each other and stuff like that. And then Friday, bro, I'm gonna include this in there because this was a part of the weekend. But Friday went to the last night of the reunion tour. So that was real fun, man. It was obviously Fort Worth is Kurt Franklin's hometown, so they pulled out all the stops for that one. It was a sold out crowd. Pulled out everything, man. So Ty Tribbett,
she still them
oh,
boys.
bro,
Y'all still them
the
boys.
Clark sisters, yeah, already.
Yeah.
Clark sisters, David and Tamla, man, Israel Houghton, man, everybody was in there. So that was real fun, man. But nonetheless, I did not gain 15 pounds this year. Not saying I did that any year, but I just made sure I stayed right, man. But it was a good weekend, good week for sure.
Yeah. Good morning. I was gonna say before I start talking, I said good morning, Mr. Bonella. Good morning, Evan. Good morning. What up, Finn? I got Phineas, my real producer in real life when I was doing music. I'm getting back to it. I'm gonna get back to music soon. But yeah, this is the bro right here. If anybody looking for a sales engineer, grab him. Guy's a genius. He really is. So, she Philadelphia Eagles all day.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, y'all got stomped out by
Recruiter
them.
cousin. You know what? Listen, I'm not gonna cap. They did their thing yesterday. I thought they were gonna be out of there. I thought they was gonna be out of there yesterday. I will say this. I'm a Players fan at heart, so don't. It is what it is. I gotta say when I'm watching Mr. Hurts, I'm like, man, he got it. He really got the juice. Okay, he got it. He got that dog in him. So,
man,
it is what it is.
That guy was
I am still with the Cowboys, though. I just gotta let you know. We ain't that bad this year.
At least you stick to your guns. I ain't mad at you for that. Yes, Phineas, I appreciate you, man. For real. This guy is. If you look for music, he's a guy, man. Like he's gotten awards. He's very humble about it. I'm gonna toot his horn for sure. This guy placements, all sorts of stuff. What up, K Joy? What up, AO
Good
family?
morning.
Anthony O'Neill family. What up? Literally gave me a heart attack the entire game. I'm not playing. Honestly, that's true. That game was one of the like, don't hurt me, Jill. Don't hurt me.
No, if I was a real Eagles fan, if I was a real Eagles fan, I would have been on the floor too, because that was crazy. They weren't supposed to be down like that yesterday. So yeah, for them to come back and on the line, get that thing in, he got that dog in him for real.
For real. Well, I'm gonna get going with my Thanksgiving thing, and then we'll get going to the show because this is so good. And keep chiming in, y'all. This is very interactive, so we don't mind bringing y'all in for anything. But mine was the simplest Thanksgiving I ever had. Simply went to my sisters-in-law, and they basically had it where the kids were running around like usual. We ate, and we pretty much that was it. It was very, very simple. It wasn't anything crazy. We didn't do a mass. I was a single man. House hopping was a thing. Like, okay, I got the morning shift at this house, and then the afternoon we're going here. And then we're crashing at my boys later in the evening. But
yeah, man,
when you got kids, family, just keeping it simple. That's all I wanted, and that's exactly what happened. But I'm not gonna lie, most people once they hit Thanksgiving is over, there's something between Christmas and Thanksgiving that goes bonkers, and that's whole shop till you drop. Black Friday, today is Cyber Monday, craziness. And so one of the questions I actually had, I did put it in the chat on the other side. On go ahead, if you see it on my YouTube page, go ahead and check it out. But I wanted to ask everybody, what is their favorite place to shop if they do shop on Black Friday or Cyber Monday? If it's online, if it's in person, most people be like, You know it's Amazon. But I'm just curious. I'm just curious because back in the day, for me, it used to be Costco as a kid growing up, man. It used to be Costco. I like this. He says, if it's not studio equipment, nothing is getting bought this year. He's like, he's like, I'm making sure that I put an investment in it. But for me, it was Costco because as a kid, you everything was in bulk. So you go into Costco, you look around, you're getting cookies in bulk. I was a big kid, husky kid. You get it, you get in your presents if you can see it there. Your mom might be hiding it, but everything is like done, and you always feel like a champ coming out there because the cart is full. And you give for me, my minivan was full, and I always felt something special and nostalgic about Costco at this time of the year. What about you, man?
Dang, man, for real, I'm trying to think. Growing up, I don't know growing up, but then I do remember as I got older and I started getting a little bit of ducats in my pocket. Um, I don't know why, but I loved dealers, bro. They always had good deals. And then
Okay.
I was a huge Ralph Lauren fan, like I mean still am, but so they always had the good deals with the good Ralphs in the men's department. But then also if you needed to get the smell goods, that was right there as well. So when anytime they have certain days where they got the big sales, right? I'm definitely, as soon as I get the text, I'm in there. I'm grabbing up the routes and all that stuff. So those are things that I remember, kind of like, yo, for sure I gotta go here.
Yeah.
Growing up. So that was it for me. That was the one.
Wow. Yeah. And I see a couple comments here. We got somebody that says Kohl's. Kohl's was a one-stop shop.
No, that's facts. They got
My
everything in there.
my auntie
now they
loved JCPenney and Kohl's. She,
now they even threw the what is it, the Sephora in there, man. They got the Sephoras in the Kohl's now. The women
Sephora's
can't stay out of.
the tech coach, he said growing up was Best Buy for me. Technology was always with him. Like
From the seed.
from a seed to a grown man, technology was always with him. And what's so crazy? As we're talking about this topic, I had to look it up, right? Because I was like, I wonder how like Black Friday has been traditionally, and I looked it up. It was actually some CNBC article that said like, you know, Black Friday shoppers spent about a record 9.8 billion, but not in retail, online shopping. So that was like up 7.5% from last year. So I was like, what's that about? I mean, that makes sense. I mean, online is kind of what happened. If you think about what happened with the pandemic and how everything was like, okay, we can't go into stores, where we're going to shop. Everything was online, groceries, everything was online. So it actually makes sense, that this really did happen. And so that signals a lot of things for us as a people, like in regards to just, the boom that we're seeing there. And one of the conversations that we did have is, if you are working in tech, how does this impact you? Well, I know for sure that there are many different types of, and feel free to chime in, Trey, but there's many different types of platforms now we have with the emergence of AI, that AI is impacting these different industries. In fact, there's one company that I know of named Miros AI. They basically have it where they integrate with any kind of online retailer. You click on an image that you like, and it opens up options that are that image. So let's say it's a floral dress. You click on an image and you see just floral dresses, and then you keep clicking on the images. It's a wordless search that allows you to kind of go or find deeper and deeper into the search and find exactly what you want. It's in fact Revolve, one of the biggest online retailers, use it right now. Shameless plug. I'm not connected to the company, but I just that's an example I could think of is how
Yeah.
retail is really being impacted. And if you are in sales in this time, I know this everybody says that December is like the worst time to be an SDR, BDR account executive, but you might find an opportunity in there to say, hey, companies, you're planning for your next year. And I work for an AI company that helps in this e-commerce space, or we provide X and YZ service. Let's talk and plan so that we could be part of the conversation when you move into the next year. I know there's vacations and stuff, but you might have an edge in there that you may not realize, especially looking at the data and seeing that, there really is a way that you can pivot and even utilize these type of articles when you're pitching to these different BPs. So, but yeah, Trey, I wanted to hear your thoughts on that as well, as we're trying
Oh,
to
bro,
pivot that to tech.
that company, what you were just talking about, that company sounds lit, bro. Like, because me personally, like when I'm looking for something to buy, like I'm very specific. Like I know exactly what I want. Like, yo, if I'm
Yeah,
looking for a, I don't know, a cashmere hoodie,
yeah,
like I know what it looks like in my head. So the fact that you can type it in, right, Black Watch tartan hoodie, and
yeah,
it's gonna just give me a whole list of it. That sounds like my type of company. They need to go ahead and get that out to the world on
and they
all the
are.
online platforms.
Yeah,
Right.
and
So
they are too.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that to hit everybody's online website for real. But man, I mean, yeah, you said it, bro. Like tech, when it comes to, first of all, when it comes to us,
Yeah,
the industry only does what the people want, right? Like they're not trying to
true
they're
that.
not trying to break that up for real.
Yeah,
There's only a few of those disruptors. They're doing what the industry wants. Right now,
yeah,
everybody is online. Like
yeah,
when was the last I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I was talking about Dillard's a while ago, but
yeah.
I don't go to the mall, bro. Like I
Mm.
don't. They never have what I want.
Oh
Like
wow.
when I'm shopping, I'm online because I know I can find it. Like yeah,
Yeah,
I wasted too much time in the mall. So now it's a reflection of real life, bro. Like you said, the stuff happened, the pandemic and everything. So now people are more people are way more comfortable shopping online and getting
yeah,
what they need. And tech understands like, oh, this is where it's going, or this is where it's been going, right?
yeah,
E-commerce platforms, they're getting better, right? You got, I mean, everything, AI, machine learning, it's all getting better, and it's all, there are teams and companies strictly focused on the E side of everything. So it's only gonna get bigger and better from here, right? Because you got people
yeah.
who ideas are not limited, bro. And there are people that's all they do. They're thinking about how can we make this specific thing better, and they're
Mm-hmm.
doing it. They're
How can we
doing it.
solve a problem? Yeah, and so I actually threw a poll. It's on my chat. But go ahead if you, and I think Trey, you have it there as well. But like in regards to shopping, are you guys still shopping in a store? Or are you shopping, like, did you shop in person or online on Black Friday? I wanted to kind of get an idea of what that is for people. Like, did you shop it online? Did you shop in person? Like, what did that look like for you? Because, like my brother Trey said, I mean, I still nostalgic to want to shop in a store, right? But the appeal is Amazon next day shipping is
Come on, man.
that's the appeal.
They
I'm all
changed the
about being
game, bro.
efficient. I actually saw this right here. Online shopping. I do not want to get robbed. I'm in Philly. I like to keep
Ooh,
it
we
safe. Love Best Buy and Amazon because they ship to me. Philly Rebel said it. She even covered her face too. Like, I don't want to be seen. Uh,
yo,
I hear
she
that.
said she don't want to get robbed, and that's real, bro. It's real out
It's
there.
real.
I
It-
heard about Philly, man. I heard about it. I don't
yeah,
know. I just heard. I don't know.
yeah. I
No,
love I love
it's
my Philly
crazy.
people,
It's
man.
crazy everywhere, though, man. It's crazy everywhere. You got to
Yeah.
keep your head on the swivel, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, you do. And that, speaking about that, that's another thing I wanted to bring up as well is, man, we got to be careful about the scams out here. Philly Rebel said Philly is devious. I believe
Mm,
you. I believe you. I believe you. One thing, we New Yorkers, we do have an appreciation for how gritty Philly is. We understand. We understand that for sure. I did both. She did both. Recruiter cousin said, I ain't playing no games. I'm covering all sides of this conversation and making sure I get everything done. Christmas is done, everything done. No, I appreciate that. And even the polls are saying it too, like online, 100%. They're like nobody's playing with that in store. They're like, nah, we're
bro,
not doing that.
it's too
Uh,
risky. It's too risky, man.
Oh man, and that's the thing that we were talking about too when we are having conversation is what are the risks, and this is another article we pulled up here from CBS News, if I could talk this morning, which talks about something that we all kind of experienced in the past, but it's obviously rising, and that is the issue with these gift card scams and tampering. Like, if you think you got a good gift card to send to somebody, think again because you open that bad boy up and it's just nothing but it's just plain caca. Somebody has gone in there and they basically have put faulty gift cards in there. That's what the article was saying. Um, she waited slash. She said, "I got an expensive husband, so I got to make sure I get it."
Yeah, sometimes look, I will say yes. Sometimes you have no choice, right? You got to go out there and you got to get in there. So
Yeah,
I feel you. I feel you.
yeah, no, and Mr. Jean Bernard said he said both. I like that. I like that. But yeah, you gotta be careful, y'all, because there's stuff out there. And I'm not gonna pull up the whole article for you to read, but basically, somebody picked up a gift card, put $200 on it, got the baby card, and got it off the shower. It was crazy. Like people are actually losing money out here at this particular time. So just keep yourself, just be aware. Like my brother Trey said, and even Philly Rebel said, keep your head on a swivel because these scams are some real scams out there, and they're getting a little bit more clever, especially with the emergence of AI and how that is being utilized nowadays. Cybersecurity. Oh man, y'all that work in that industry, y'all are gonna be busy.
Definitely.
y'all are getting busy. It's getting busier, busier by the year, and more in demand. So y'all definitely, you are probably what we would consider as a few the proud, uh, the cybersecurity people. Y'all holding it down, man. So I don't know if you have anything you want to add about the gift card scams because that's something that we were talking about, Trey.
Bro, I mean, it's just for me, it was just wild to even see. Like how
Yeah,
why are they trying to I mean every space, bro. Like you just gotta watch out. You just gotta be safe. Every space, people in here, they finding a way. And what's
yeah,
crazy is, bro, in my mind, you know what I be thinking about. I'm like, bro, you're that smart, man. You're that smart.
yeah.
Like just I promise you, on the other side, bro, you do not have
Use
to,
your powers
you do
for
not have
good.
to, you don't have to black mask it, man. You don't have to black mask it. Go on the other side, and I'm telling you, there's probably some bees waiting for some of these people with how smart they are, and
Mm,
just the type of mind that they have. There
yeah,
are companies that they want that in there, not the
yeah,
bad side, but they need that creative thinking, bro.
yeah,
They don't have it. That's what they need, and they'll pay you. I promise, man. Just do it for good, bro. I
yeah,
shouldn't have to be watching out for my gift card that I just got at the store. I'm sorry, that's crazy.
yeah, man. And actually, speaking about that, you actually had some good thoughts on, you know, right now we're talking about Black Friday, we're talking about Cyber Monday, and people are basically shopping for the products that they want, but companies are also shopping for talent. And I would love for you to talk about that, man, and just share what the insights you found about that as
Yeah,
well.
bro. So, PR Newswire, bro, they came out with this article like literally a few days ago, and what they were saying was that tech employment, regardless of what you hear in the news, right? The
Mm,
facts are. Let me pull up the whole thing because
facts.
I want to get into it. It said literally, even with a slew of layoff announcements, right at the start of 2023 and kind of throughout it, right? We know that. But it says even with that, unemployment rates are still around 2%, well
Mm,
below the national average in general work. And then it's saying that basically the tech employment remains steady. All right, 79% of IT professionals laid off starting a new position within 3 months.
mm,
So even though even though people were getting laid off, they were able to get another role within the next 3 months. And then it says 71% of HR leaders said their tech hiring is due to growth, and 52% to backfill positions. So
mm.
really, it's just one of those things where we're hearing some things on the news and we're seeing this stuff, right? Or we think, but if we actually stay in the game and continue to work, and try and get in, there's a lot of companies out here that are still hiring and they're still needing people to get into this tech industry. So right now it said also, tech workers, they prefer remote work due to factors like the lack of commute and work-life balance. And so there are still companies out here hiring for fully remote as well.
Mm,
Obviously, not as many, right? Because they do want to kind of have you back in there a little bit. But if that's what you're looking for, you can't find it. And then it's looking like AI investments are on the rise, right? So these companies, the ones who can, right? We know there are certain companies that are still on the fence. They're gonna hold it out, but the ones who can, uh, they they are investing in AI software engineers, and so they're earning way higher salaries because right now they're trying to shift into that space. So if
yeah.
if you're all about that AI and some things, you can get in on that side and probably run up the bag just by being in the right place at the right time, right? And
Mm.
then lastly here, it just says top tech candidates are still in high demand, but there is more balance in the tech job market rolling into 2024. So that sounds like good news to me, man. What do you think?
I think that sound like great news. I mean, honestly, you know, if you depending on which news outlets you listen to, sometimes you're like, oh, it's over, but the truth of the matter is, it's really like any other industry. It has its ups and downs. It has a way of stabilizing itself. And compared to other industries, tech has overall, even though there have been quote unquote layoffs and things of that nature, and I've seen it myself, the bounce back, the career stability that I'm seeing from a lot of people being able to get back into a career. Even though some people did have to wait, like they said in the article, 3 months, it's still happening. And so I just wanted to kind of take the time to encourage people to keep going. If you're in a bad spot, if you unfortunately had to be laid off, or the case, or another situation had to occur, keep going. Trey and I, many others, recruiter cousin is in the building, tech coaches in the building as well. There's a few others here, technical route, that will love to help and really kind of share ways to really kind of make that pivot into the next part of your career and what you have going on. So we're here. We're here to support and things of that nature. So definitely connect with us, lock in with us, man. And one thing I also want to throw in here was that this is a call-in show. So if you want to call in, the link is on my YouTube channel as well, where you could click that link. If you want to, you can just go ahead and do it the old school way and copy and type out the link at the bottom. It's scrolling at the bottom. But we'd love to hear your thoughts in regards to Black Friday, in regards to companies hiring going into 2024. We definitely want to hear back from y'all and hear from you. But in the meantime, I do got a couple comments here. But let me go back to Bernard, because I did see you pop this up. He says he likes to do both because he's talking about in online shopping and in-person shopping, because he loves the art of negotiation. Are you in tech sales? Because if I have a referral, I'll just throw it your way. If you love the art of negotiation, then tech sales is definitely the place for you. And can only happen in person. Yeah, negotiation is definitely a skill, for
That's
sure.
true. That's true. Right now, who knows? They probably, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's working on something right now where, hey, we're gonna put in this range, right? So either 2,000 or $3,000. So if it goes anywhere in this range, you can say yes after a few times. I'm talking about with a bot. So you got people, they typing and haggling with the bot, bro. And then the bot is like, you know what? I think we can do 2050. Yeah, we can do that.
I think we
And
can
then
do 2050.
bro,
And the human's like, no, that's not, I want cheaper. It's like, I can't go lower.
that's all I can do.
That's all I can
All I
do.
can do.
All I've been programmed to do. Oh man. Philly Rebel says it's not many entry level jobs out here. I'm new to tech and I've been looking since April. I am a QA tester. I'm still trying, but it's rough. You know what? I'm so glad that you actually said that, because we have tech coach Ralph, who's on here, or who was on here. He actually is a senior QA. So lock in with him if you can on YouTube. His YouTube is Tech Coach Ralph, and I'm gonna put him up right here just so you can see it, Philly Rebel. But look up Tech Coach Ralph. Again, he's a senior QA. If you connect with him, networking is a huge key in regards to being able to find this these jobs, because one of the things I've wanted to emphasize that I don't think they talked about in that article is we are, and correct me wrong, I know we have recruiter cousin here and other people in here, but we are moving a little bit away from, my opinion, from the typical traditional resume era, where it's really the hidden market, man, which has always been around, because nepotism has always been around. So there's always been a
Period.
hidden market, right?
Period.
But it's becoming even more prevalent, where now for you to get those particular jobs, networking is going to be key, because the company themselves may let the employees know, like, hey, we have these roles. Go ahead and refer people to them, but you're not going to necessarily find these roles on Indeed or other job boards. So that's why I like refer.me. It's just refer.me. And if you go to that website, you can be able to find jobs that people are actually referring from within the company. And you could actually say, hey, I want to apply for this job. They basically, get in through a referral. And then it's refer.me online. So definitely check that out. And you know what? I'm gonna throw it audible, brother. I'm gonna throw it audible, because I feel
Run it.
like we're talking about, transitioning and getting to a job. This might be a great resource for somebody, and that is none other than TextGiving Summit, the TextGiving Summit. Now, TextGiving is an organization that's all year round. They have a Discord. I just joined it this weekend. Pretty fabulous. But TextGiving Summit is something I wanted to kind of just show you real quickly here. In fact, let me refresh the screen so that you could see all the beautiful graphics. But basically, TextGiving Summit is an event that's going to be happening next week, December. And I'm actually going to go, I'm right on the webpage right now live. So I'm going to go to it so you can see the dates. December 6th is a virtual day, in-person welcome day. That literally is free. So if you are not familiar with TextGiving Summit, on December 6th, if you can't afford to get there, or if it logistically doesn't work out with your schedule, you could join that virtual day, and you could be able to kind of just be a part of what's going on. Now, December 7th, they have workshops, and they have, an expo, and you're meeting people from not only just traditional tech, but you're meeting people from GovTech. It's a lot of different things, and if you want to even go and look at the schedule itself is pretty sustainable. In fact, I'll go right here real quickly, and I'll just show you the schedule, um, because it's long. So this is the first day, right? The virtual hopping I was kind of referring to, but then on the next day, there's all this, how to master tech job search by Darius Robinson. That's one of the sessions that they have. Driving and embracing innovation in government spaces by George McGowan. So there's a lot of people here. My girl Kanika Tulver is going to be speaking as well. I interviewed Nafisa, who's one of the co-founders for this Saturday, actually, and she's going to be speaking as well. She's brilliant. She's speaking about 3 mistakes founders make in their formative stages, right here with herself and Jared McLean. So definitely, if you can make it, check it out. And the reason why I'm bringing this up here is because a lot of people go to different tech events, right? And of course, it makes sense that they cost a lot, or cost a good, good chunk. Listen here, for 2 days access, you're spending like $75 for 2 days, and also this right here, the VIP one, that's $155. And then the platinum
Easy.
is $379. And I'm not getting paid for this, nothing. I'm just sharing this because of what you mentioned, Philly Rebel. I think that people that can make it to this will really have a great time, and
That's
and
where you
really
need
be
to
able to
be.
do it. Yeah, so that's the only reason why I am bringing it up right now, because I wanted to just kind of share the love and say, yeah, it's TextGiving, TECHS giving.org, and you could just check out Summit, and go ahead and do that. I mean, honestly, people, if you're in the East Coast and you drive to that, you're going to spend more time on gas than you would for the VIP package. Or if you take it, so it's really one thing to check it out. But I'm gonna go to the comment section because I see some responses here. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are able to connect for sure. Um, and hopefully something could come out. Let me know. Let us know. Hit us up on LinkedIn. We want to kind of keep track on that. I'm not in QA, so I don't really know that world, but we always love to point people to the right direction. And then we have resumes are often a base. Most opportunities I've had come through relationship. Absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
and personality. seals the deal. I totally agree with that. In fact, I have a mentor friend of mine, who literally he was telling me that that because of the relationships he developed exclusively on LinkedIn, he was able to land a job, that a position that was actually that they created for him because they loved him so much. And then the HR manager is running behind him. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we hired you and everything, but we never got your resume. Could you please just send it to us?" He literally got interviews, and he literally was able to land that role, have that role created for him because
Man,
of networking and relationships
that's
and
crazy, bro.
the hidden market.
That's that I love that. I love that term, bro. Because like when you just said it a while ago, the hidden market, like it's real.
Yeah.
The hidden market is real, and it's, I mean, even if you think about it, it's real in other spaces, real in real life. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
always been a hidden market in real estate, right?
Mm,
Off market like sell, where you look, you riding around, you wasting gas riding around looking, oh, that one say for sale, that one got a for sale sign, and it's so many
yeah.
that off the market are for sale, but only for the people who know, or unless you know someone who knows. And you
Yeah.
can get, normally you can, what, just like what you said, normally those deals get done way faster, a lot of less haggle, a lot of
Mm,
like fat, like it's the smoother process. Why? Relationships, man. Don't have to go through all the rigorous like back and forth and all this other stuff. And it's the same in the job market. If uh I normally try and tell people to start there first, like, yo, think through your mind, Rolodex, and who do you know who is already in there? Like you probably know someone who's already in the space or in there that
yeah.
you can like hit up. And like you said, most companies, they have this thing, especially on the sell side, right? Like
Yeah.
I hear it all the time, like, yo, we're always hiring. If you know someone, let them know. And they normally, those interviews, they get in, they're able to get interviewed, and for the most part it works out. But it's like that inside now, hey, knowing someone on the inside, it's a lot easier. That is real, bro. That hidden market is real.
The hidden market is so real. In fact, what one thing I would say is from what I've learned is if you are looking for a job, like Philly Rebel was saying earlier, one of the things the insight that I have received is you want to connect with two different types of people on LinkedIn. One, you want to connect with the person that is hiring for the position that you want to be in. And the second thing is you want to connect with the person that is in the position that you want to be in at the company you want to be in. You get the real from them. You get to talk to them, get to learn from them. Also, one thing I would throw in there is if you could always try to find ways to give value, and sometimes that's by finding an article, or that's basically kind of providing some industry knowledge that you've gained or learned along the way, to support that person. And then eventually you could say, hey, we've been talking, and I love this conversation and things of that nature. I'm really interested in the position at your company. Does your company allow you to put in referrals and things of that nature? Or and let's say somebody that's a QA tester who's at that company and they know that there's another position needed because they're ready to build this rapport with you. They're like, hey, yeah, because I'm gonna get a one, I want to see you win, and two, there is a referral bonus in there if you get through. So it really depends though too. I'm not gonna lie because I put in quite a few referrals and only one person was able to get through. so
Well,
so yeah.
it definitely got to be that right I mean, you gotta, like, there's more than, okay, so
Yeah,
we said that, right? Like, hey, that'll get you in the door. But one thing, I think it was Gene,
yeah.
the other side of that Gene, I think he was the one who said it. You still have to have the knowledge, and
Mm,
like nepotism is real, but I mean, now if we don't know you, they're not just gonna let you in there just
yeah.
because you got, like, to not
Personality.
know anything. Yeah, to not know anything, and or like no personality, nothing like that. You gotta at least you gotta be the owner's family or the owner's son or something like that. Like there's no way that
Yeah.
they're gonna let you in and you don't know anything. So you still have to have some sort of like you said, personality, knowledge, be able to have a conversation, right? Interviews, they're not, it shouldn't just be one-sided. It shouldn't be like interrogation. It's a conversation. So yeah, you got to get in there and really, you got to really show you, right? Like that's who they're hiring. These people, like they're looking to see, hey, are you a culture fit? Can you, can we see you navigating inside of the office with everyone who's already in there? Because what they don't want is to bring in a menace, right? That's going to tear up the whole office, run it down. They don't need that. We already got this thing running. Who's going to come in and be an asset and not a liability? So,
love it.
Yeah, you definitely gotta you gotta have that other piece once the person gets you in.
Yeah. Well, Trey, I gotta say, sorry, I didn't cut you off. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah. No, I was just saying it's on you.
Well, I was gonna say, Trey, we actually have a special guest that's joining us this morning.
Hey,
I'm gonna bring him up. You don't have to be on camera, but I'll bring you up, and it'll be all three of us there. But I have none other than the person I was talking about earlier, Tech Coach Ralph.
Tech Coach Ralph.
I believe that's Tech Coach Ralph. I just see quality insurance. Let me see here. Go ahead. You can unmute yourself if you are there. Oh, I think I lost you.
Hey,
is it Tech Coach Ralph?
No, it's not.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I just saw quality insurance man, and I was like, it might be the person I'm thinking about.
Oh, okay, no.
Well, QA man.
Yeah, so I'll keep it as QA man for now. If you like to,
okay, go by that name, I appreciate it.
No problem. But yeah, what was your thoughts? What's your insights? We'd love to hear from you.
Hey, so first I got a couple questions. I'm gonna try to keep it quick here because I'm, signing into work at the moment. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate what you guys are doing, and so pretty much kind of most of what you guys are saying, if not all of it, is absolutely true. The networking, and it's a lot of this with the job search. It's about the time that you put in. It's gonna reap the benefits, and it's not about just trying to get an interview. It's the work you put in before that's going to lead to the success after. So a little bit about me. I did 8 years in the Navy. I just separated last year, and I kind of did that whole rigmarole of interviewing and figuring out my job path and, using veteran resources, minority resources. So I just went through all of that, and yeah, I had a really good experience, but a lot of my peers did not, right? So, and I believe it's because of the work I put in beforehand. I started my resume, like I said, using free resources, 12 months in advance of me separating, multiple internships, different things like that. So it's about the work you put in that's going to set you apart. My question for you guys is, so I've been out for a year now. I work as a consultant, and I was looking for a career pivot, right? And I don't know what it was. I knew I wanted to be in technology or cyber or something like that. I watched one video, and I just keep getting all of these tech, I can't escape it anymore.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
So I got real serious these last couple weeks, really honing in. Like I said, I like to plan and then execute. And I think it was your channel. I was scrolling through, I saw a discount for leveled careers, and I jumped in. So another thing with my transition, I was recruited by several positions or companies to be an AE. And at the time, I really didn't know what it was. And they kind of led with the money. But, if you think about somebody coming out of the military, we're more focused on some stability, right? So I think they saw something in me, but I think their approach kind of was a little different and not what I was looking for at the moment. So fast forward, I'm a consultant, been a consultant going on to 2 years now. Great career, very client facing. I definitely like the approach of it, but there's some fulfillment. And, after kind of getting my first couple of raises and all the work I've been doing, I'm like, it's a lot of work. And yeah, I started off at a good pay structure, 6 figures, but it's kind of like once you're there, it's like you're working, and you're not necessarily seeing the compensation afterwards. I mean, that's kind of where some of this is starting to interest me, and especially there were companies trying to recruit me before. So I signed up for Level Careers with, I think it was your code if you have one. And then my thing now is to, like I said, I like to make things tangible. So I'm here speaking with trying to talk to you too. So for somebody like myself, what's the likelihood kind of transition into a AE role? And for somebody that I like to, I have my family and I like to focus on stability. When it comes to some of the pay structure, can you help me understand some of it? And what's the likelihood of me kind of maintaining that 6 figure, or whether it be OTE or coming in base, kind of there? What's some of that likelihood? What are you guys seeing?
Yeah, great question. And I know both Trey and I are affiliates with Level Careers, and if you're talking about the account executive course, that's taught by Kevin Dorsey himself. Which, if you know, like he trained people in my company, so they hold his name. His name is very high in this industry, so you definitely picked a good course. Trey, I don't know if you want to start first, or I could go first.
No, I mean, bro, you can go ahead and take it. From what I'm hearing, bro. I mean, I guess I just my little piece here. From what I'm hearing is, yes, there's something. A lot of times people, they're thinking about, yo, I don't have experience in tech, so it's when the companies hit you up, you're like, oh, I don't know. But like you said, you mentioned it. They saw something in the profile, right, in your resume that says, hey, this guy will be a good fit here, or at least let's see. And so that's why they're reaching out. So for sure, it's either your background in the military, right? These companies, they love military individuals. Why? Structure, diligent. They are willing to do what companies or people in higher positions ask, and that's all they're looking for is someone who's available and coachable. So probably when they see your long line there, they're like, hey, this is someone who is probably a good fit. And like you said, I don't know your whole background, but they saw something there. So definitely be confident in that. But Joseph, I mean, go ahead with the details there.
Yeah, and first thing, again, congratulations for taking that course, because that's going to give you the insights on necessarily what an AE role is. And you're probably seeing it already if you did start the course, that there's going to be obviously the part where you're doing the demoing of the product, you're doing a bit of discovery, actually a lot of discovery, to understand the pain points and how the product that you're going to be selling meets it. Now, in regards to stability, and I want to talk about that first, stability really comes from your experience, your knowledge, because you have to look at the company itself, research the company, whether it's Glassdoor, RepView, to see the quota attainability for being an account executive, because that ties into the stability that you have there. And also, if you're really looking to get into this as a career, as a profession, then you want to also think about job security is important, true, but you're really going to have, especially with the work that you put in, you're really going to have career stability as an account executive. Now, in regards to the income that you can make, you can make significant money being an account executive. Sometimes starting out, your base salary might be 90K, maybe 100K. But in regards to OTE, the commissions that you make, depending on the company that you're with, and that's why it's always great to do research on the company, you're going to be able to probably scale that to multiple 6 figures, depending on how the comp is actually set up. And then, of course, there's other people that could chime in and talk about that. And a recruiter cousin is she does this for a living, so she could definitely talk about different packages that are out there. I know she works with software developers more, but still, she could talk about it. That when it comes to, especially if it's a startup, they may offer equity in the company. All that can play into the money down the line, where let's say that the company is a pre-IPO, before they have an initial offering put out there. If they get bought out, and you're part of that company, depending on how much stock you have or how much investment you have in that company, you know, uh, you can make a significant amount of money when it sells. So it's really that there's so many different areas in regards to the financial aspect. That was one of your parts of your question, that you really can benefit on multiple fronts. But it really comes down to research on the particular company. What is the quota attainability here? Or am I going to be a full cycle account executive? Because then you have to consider that in account, because some AEs actually do prospecting, the SDR work as well. Now, that depending on the type of company and the role, that might not be a good fit for you, or that might be a good fit for you. It really depends. So all those different things you want to keep in account, and we could talk about that more offline if you want to hit us up directly, and we could kind of dive even deeper into that conversation. Hopefully that helps. Does that help?
Yeah, that definitely helps. And I definitely will reach out. What do you guys prefer?
For me, LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn is
Okay,
cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
And just one more question.
Sure.
So you mentioned kind of, doing some research on companies. You mentioned quota attainability, whether I'll be a full cycle, um, account executive or not. What are some other things or gems I should be looking for when it comes to companies? It could be red flags or green flags. What else are you guys looking for some of these companies? Am I trying to get into that tech startup? I am. I have a 2-year-old, but I have a lot of time that I can dedicate to work. Or am I looking for well-established brand or company? Or in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, go
Okay,
ahead.
mind
Either
if I
way.
take this one first? I'll give it to you
Yeah, go
afterwards, I
ahead, bro.
promise.
Oh
So
no, mine is probably simple. You got it.
yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
I personally, in regards to your question about what you should look for in companies when you're looking to basically move forward with a company or not, it's a couple of different things. For one is culture. So Glassdoor can show you a lot of that, but I would also take with a grain of salt. So, for example, if it's a period of time where they were laying off people because they hired too much and they're doing restructuring, you might see a lot of negative reviews on Glassdoor in that span of time from disgruntled employees. So, you kind of want to take a little bit of time to talk to people that are currently working there in LinkedIn, make connections with them. If they are an account executive, say, hey, I just was I want to reach out to you. I'm very interested to learn more about your company. How is it being at your particular company? And then they'll give their honest feedback most of the time if they are trustworthy or just willing to share, which a lot of people are. And then from there, you can kind of get an assessment on the culture of the company. Another thing is also, the offer that they make to you eventually, can you really accept that offer? And what I mean by that is sometimes there's certain companies where they may not have the benefits that really can work for you. I have a family, a large family, and I had a great offer from a company, but because they were overseas and didn't have a US subsidiary, I couldn't get any health care. And that's huge. In the US, healthcare costs a lot of money. And so if you don't have those benefits that could cover certain things, you have to make sure that their offer can align with you. But for me, culture is a big thing because culture dictates a lot of things. If they have a culture that, for example, they're quick to hire and fire. If they have a culture where they're basically like, I don't know if like the people that come in there complain about not getting training. That's a big red flag for me. Because you want to, especially if this is your first role, you want a place that could help you ramp up. And so that's goes to the next question, where I would say, look, for my opinion, look for mid-tier companies that are pretty well established, that have that have a good track record of training their account executives and ramping them up in a good amount of time. I would say look at those companies and say that's who I want to target for. Because if you go to a startup, sometimes the expectation is, okay, we need somebody that could hit the ground running fast, and they may not have a time to train you efficiently for the job. So I've actually had somebody that I coach with and talk with on a weekly basis who's in that situation. Like, the person never got training. The person was basically expected to do all of the stuff without really kind of having that knowledge. And that sometimes can happen, not in all startups, but in most of them, because they're in such a fast grind. We got to get it done place within the company. So I would basically, hopefully that answers all your questions, but that's how I would approach the job search. I don't know if you want to add to that, Trey.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you said it, bro. Like these companies, especially in the startups, man, I mean, it is good, right? They have great package offerings and things like that. But I would say not to start, because normally the SOPs, the job aids, they're still figuring those things out. And like Joseph said, in real-time experience, they're expecting you to come in and already know that. So if you start somewhere else, right? Like if you have a company that's, hey, 3+ years in, they have job aids, they have SOPs, they have email sequences, call cadences already in place.
Tech stack.
All of that, right? Yeah, exactly. They're not building it out. Like all these things, that accounts to your, like, how you feel about the role, how you feel about the place, right? So if your first role is in a place where you're like, they're trying to get everything together, they're changing everything weekly. Why? They're trying to figure it out. Like, yo, this week we're doing this. And then you just get in the groove of that. All right, now we're doing this. It's kind of hard to get your footing. Whereas if you start somewhere that already has all this stuff in place, not only can you, get your money or get your knowledge and skills, but now when those startup companies do hit you up on LinkedIn, right? Because they are, now you can sit back and think, I might be able to take this one. The equity deal on this is crazy, or the money that they're throwing out is crazy, or whatever, or I've been wanting to work at this place, I already know about it. Well, now you can take those skills that you learned at the spot that has already had that stuff in place, and now no matter if they have the job aids in place or not, you know what you're doing. So now, hey, while y'all figure all that out, I'm about to go get this, get these people in. Why? I already have my call cadence together. I have emails that I know work, and all of these, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, but yeah, and then one of the first questions that you definitely should ask in those interviews, man, is what is the quota attainment for your team? Because that'll tell you if you want to be there or not. If they're like, hey, it's about 40%. Well, you got to take that like, hey, well, as a new person, right? Like, I believe in my abilities, but as a new person to this space, do I want to take a chance on 40, or is that way too low? Or if they say, hey, right now our quota attainment is about 85%. That sounds like good.
Woo.
That sounds like a good spot for me.
Right.
Now I'm thinking, hey, I'm an above average individual. We're going to make this thing shake.
Okay.
Now I know, like, we're going to get this money. So yeah, that's definitely, I would say those are things to look at for sure.
Got you. So quota attainment is
It's big.
the number of people in that position that meet whatever that KPI is,
Exactly.
or
Yes,
exceeds
sir.
it. Okay.
Because then that helps to know, like, hey, either y'all got unrealistic expectations, or the training might not be all the way there, or something's,
Or the product
if
is
it's
not
low,
that,
Yeah,
if
I've
it's
been seeing
low.
that.
So
Perfect. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm gonna connect with y'all on LinkedIn, and possibly hop in one or two more of these calls with more questions.
yeah,
love it. Thank you so much for
All
hopping in.
right.
We appreciate it.
appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Will do.
Absolutely. No, I love that. I love that was a great conversation, and feel free to call in like that, if you want to call in, and if you have a question, especially if you're looking to transition into this industry. We are both fairly new, but we have taken time to learn, and we have taken time to speak with people that are in the industry and have grown, and so yeah. I saw a question here. What is a low percentage in regards to quota attainability? Yeah, like I saw 40%. Like, to be honest with you, I would probably say what you said, Trey. Like anything that's anything below 50%, I'm kind of like
Yeah,
looking at it, and I'm like,
that's a good
why?
spot.
I'm
Yeah,
asking, tell me why. Like, why is
man,
it
for
less than
real.
40%? And thank you so much, by the way, for saying that, Ms. Parker. I appreciate that. Um, Roper the KPIs. Well, KPIs really depends on each company. By the way, like each company has different KPIs. So one company might say, "Hey, we want you to get in a sales month." It's speaking strictly tech sales. That every different role has different KPIs. So I don't want to speak about any of the role. But what I know, let's say one company says you got to get 5 qualified leads per month. Another company might be 15 because their volume is so huge, and they have probably different that like in the market they're known, market notoriety, and so it might be different for each company. But based off of the company, you could kind of say like, oh, what the KPIs, what might be low for a particular company. But with that being said, like my friend Quality Insurance Man, QA Man, I'm gonna have to clock in for work as well very soon. Start doing some calls, but I want to wrap it up here with this brown box special. The brown box special. Did I again? Love it, man. Oh man, this brown box special. Yeah, I read this. I want to read it again because this is funny. Sad but funny. Hilarious, painful but funny. I hope they weren't on Spirit Airlines. No shout out, no shade to them. But this basically the story goes like this. We had a guy start in London on Monday, and he left for a conference in Seattle later that week. I met him at Heathrow, I believe that's how you pronounce it, with his badge and laptop on his first morning, and boarded a flight with him. Longest story, but he ended up slapping a member of the flight crew because she wouldn't let him sit in business class. Ooh. I called HR when he landed and fired him in baggage claim. Forget about it. You're not even getting out of this airport representing this company anymore. We paid for him to fly back to the UK the next day. Thank you, BuzzFeed, for that story. Oh, that's crazy. First day on the job, you slap a member of the flight crew in front of your colleague because they wouldn't let you go to business class?
Bro, just think about that. Think about that. You know, one of your colleagues is on the plane, and like his representative is slapping folks, and you just got the job. So you know the real him. I mean, that's when you first meet somebody, that's the representative, right? That's not the real you for the most part. And you slapping people already. I could only imagine he probably slapping his teammates after a month. And the real him shows up with a real Slim Shady. Please stand up. He probably he had to get up out of there. They had to get him up out of there.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Crazy.
I do love the fact that they didn't let him leave though. Like, yo, you're not even leaving the airport. Don't even worry about it. Just turn around, get your bags, and get right back in line.
They were not playing that. I mean, that technically could even be a lawsuit for them if you think about liability. You know,
yeah.
That's crazy. Oh man, Philly Rebel is laughing. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like this is hilarious. Well, no, I think, man, like we love to hear Brown Box special stories. If y'all have a story, a Brown Box special story, I gotta create a link somewhere and just put it so that you can just submit these stories because we want to tell these stories so we can laugh as well.
That's it.
Who do you know has a crazy story? Not it don't be themselves. It could be hypothetically somebody else, but a situation where they had to basically pack up their stuff in a brown box and head on out because they got fired for some craziness. We would love to hear it. But y'all, man, Trey, this is a great one.
This is one for the books, bro. Man, I thank everybody who participated today, right? Comment warriors, appreciate y'all in there getting it done. Right, this is how you start the Monday off. You started off great. The whole week is great. Then that turns into a month. Then that turns into a year. 2024 is gonna be crazy, man.
It'll be crazy. Hey, y'all, if you want to see more of this, more than just Monday, let us know in the comment section too. That'd be cool. If you do, we appreciate it. Either way, thank y'all for rocking with us. Just got back and did a quick morning stream too. Oh man, look at these content creators are busy.
Yeah,
they're getting it. Was gonna hop on unless you're wrapping it up. Oh man,
we are.
We are wrapping it up next Monday, bro. Definitely hop on.
Run it back.
There's somebody that would need to connect with you. She's in the chat. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Her name is Philly Rebel. She's been a QA. Rebel. She's been looking for work, so we actually mentioned you for her to reach out to you. So I don't know how you guys are gonna make it have that connection, but yeah, I told her to reach out to you because she's looking to break into this space as a QA, and I said, hey, there's somebody that's a senior QA on here, so I pointed you out.
Get with her.
So that'd be cool, man. But besides that, y'all, We appreciate you like always. Until next time, peace and elbow grease.
We'll holla.
Holla.